All right, so you see that stack of comics right there? That's half of what I have. I pulled out of this place that I'm going to refer as the Honey Hole from now on because I've been pulling so many Silver Age and Bronze Age books out of there in high grade key books that it's helped me to really fill the collection, fill up my collection that I never thought I could because a lot of these books I'm seeing everywhere are going from somewhere between $15, $20 or more in lower grades. So for a while, I'm going to keep the lid on this place and I'm going to keep cleaning it out whenever I can. I spent $140. I don't even know how many books I pulled out of there, but there are a lot of nice ones. So it's going to be a two-part video. So let's just start this thing.
Tiger Comics.
Tiger Comics! Not Tiger Comics! Tiger Comics!
All right, so this first book, Pacific presents The Rocketeer #1. This was actually given to me by the owner. I've been to this store 3 times in the last few months, and this is the first time that the owner was there working the store. So as I was checking out, he gave me this. Now I could see this is Dave Stevens up here, and this is Steve Ditko down here. He's just handing these out. He said he had a stack of them, and pretty cool. But not only did he give me that one for free, he gave me this one for free. Dreadstar #1. This is the first book in the Epic Comics comic book series. Before, if you know, that Epic was a magazine. So now it became a comic book in November 1982. And this is the first issue. Very cool by Jim Starlin, Dreadstar. And it's also the first appearance of Vonth Dreadstar in Standard Comics. Okay, so a lot of these next books, I think all these books were $250 except for one that's sandwiched in the middle that I paid $5 for. So just part of the Hunt for Kraven storyline. This is where he dies in this saga. I think it's the last issue or the last part where he dies and then his son takes over the name of Kraven the Hunter. Pretty cool Mike Zeck cover for $250. Definitely going to take it all day long. November 1987. I have not got a chance to read that yet. I did read this. It's Silver Age Captain Marvel #9. Gene Colan. What can I say about this? It was very terrible. This Colan art in this era is really not his best. I think he's just starting to develop. And these early Captain Marvel issues, they're really kind of, there's not a whole lot going on. It's like battle, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. No real character development, no real storyline. And if there is, it's like really slow. It's just mostly action and battle. But you know what? It's Silver Age and it's Marvel, and it's $250, and I'll take it. Picked up this 25th anniversary, Amazing Spider-Man 282. Did read this. It's actually pretty good. I liked it a lot. So I think I got almost all of the 25th anniversary covers. I picked up an issue of this. This is a really pretty high grade book. July 1982 horror cover. It says Mike Heike and Bill Anderson. And these are actually tryouts by unknowns as far as art and story. Actually, it was really good. I enjoyed it. A lot of the stories were, you didn't anticipate the ending, which happens a lot, especially in DC analogies, the horror analogy and stuff like that. You can pretty much figure out the end of the story before you get there. On these 3, I didn't. I thought they were really well done. This is a time where Charlton Comics was trying to make a comeback. It was 1982. Their sales were really, really low, and they were trying to do whatever they could to bring those sales back up to stay in business, but it just didn't help, and they eventually had to shut the doors. But this is a really cool book. Glad to have it in the collection. Of course, love Solo Avengers. I've been picking up these books here and there. People have been giving them to me in AOKs, getting them out of the 50-cent bin. This series is done really well. And what it's cool is it's got really good backup stories too. And it's got really cool Marvel characters. As you can see, the Black Widow. And that's why I grabbed this. Number 7, June 1980, 88. Okay, glad to have this book right here. This is the second appearance of Fin Fang Foom. This is written by, oh man, I thought I was going to remember. Tony Isabella, and the art is by Dick Ayers. Now, if you know anything about this, they tried to mimic the Stan and Kirby monster books of the Atlas Age in here. So Dick Ayers really tried to draw like Jack Kirby, and Tony Isabella really tried to do the scripts like Stan Lee. And I think they pulled it off. Really fun. It's not really profound or anything like that. It's just big monster battles. There is an underlying story. And I'm amazed. I picked this up for $2.50, like I said. And then I was at my other LCS here in town. They had a much lower grade copy, and they wanted $15 for it. I was like, what? So that tells me that this store I'm going to and picking these books out of, that I'm getting really, really great deals. And that's why I want to keep going back. But this was cool. Fin Fang Foom showed up. He kicked butt. And I couldn't say enough about this. I had a fun time reading it last night. And not only that, you get a gorgeous Gil Kane cover on top of it. Then I picked up number 24. Now this is the second Fin Fang Foom cover appearance of all. This is not including reprints. So Fin Fang Foom's first appearance was Strange Tales number 89. Then he was reprinted again in Fantasy Masterpieces number 2. Then that story was reprinted once more in Where Monsters Dwell number 21. But these two here are actually original stories of Fin Fang Foom. So this is second appearance, third appearance. And in this one, his mind gets taken control of. In the last issue, he was fighting alongside Colossus Man. And now he's fighting against him in this issue. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So I had to pick up 2 since they had 2 there and they were pretty decent condition. Now, Stan Lee said that he came up with the name because when he was a kid, he used to go to the movies and watch a lot of old movies. He watched a musical, a British musical called Chin Choo Chow. And he said he never remembered anything about the movie at all. But when he came to develop this character, he remembered the title of that movie and the kind of rhythmic sound that the words gave. And he liked it. So that's how he came up with Fin Fang Foom. One of these is going to go in the prize box for the next contest. I'm not sure if I have this or not. December 75. Avengers on the Planet of the Apes number 3. But I will pick up these anytime I can for less than $3, especially in a nice grade like this. Very classic again, Bronze Age Marvel series, adapting the movie and then actually taking it further and developing it into their own original story. Went back. I got the first appearance in Adventure Comics last time, so I figured, what the heck, I'll pick up some more. I didn't realize how coveted these are, and even in kind of mid to lower grade, they still kind of go for a little bit of money. With a Jim Apparel cover, of course, he does interior art, and then this is Michael Fleischer again writing this series. And Michael Fleischer was responsible for pushing the comic code into relaxing their rules a little bit and rewriting them to let a little bit more or a leeway in what the writers want to do with characters. So that's Adventure Comics number 439. And then this is 435. And then one of these or 2 of these might be going in a prize box because I know I do have this one. This might be an upgrade though for me. This I bought because it's a Todd McFarlane cover, and this is also a first appearance of Sticks and Stone. Have not read this. Not my favorite era of Amazing Spider-Man, but it's cool. I thought it was cool. I'm starting to turn to liking McFarlane's art a little bit more. Maybe people can get me to like Eric Larsen after a while. Because here's this. Now, this is low grade, but I know this is kind of an iconic Venom cover by Eric Larsen. Amazing Spider-Man 346. I actually like it. I dig it. I think it's pretty cool. Not enamored by Eric Larsen's art at this time in the interiors. His anatomy is just all over the place. It's so unrealistic. And I could see that he draws that you're trying to make it look cool, which was the trend at the time. Picked that one up. Picked up 347, another Eric Larsen Venom cover. Iconic for sure. I believe that this book story is an inspiration for Donny Cates and the storyline that's going to end up in Venom number 21, if it hasn't already. Of course, I went on a Charlton kick, thanks to Steve at Charlton 66. Picked up this number 4, Reptosaurus the Terrible from 1964, 62. Very nice grade. Very nice copy of it. And they had 2 of them. These books are tough to find, especially in high grade. So I thought I'd grab them, and maybe one of these will go in a prize box. Have not read it yet. Another cool, pretty decent grade book. It's not high grade, but it's definitely nice mid. June 1972, number 12 of Astonishing Tales. Terror Stalks the Everglades. This is actually a second appearance of Man-Thing. Pretty cool. I want to read this tonight. Love it. I love Kazar. He's just so cool. Do not know who does this cover here. But, man, it's just cool. He's fighting a crocodile. And then his Sabretooth is fighting a crocodile. And there's more crocodiles. Or alligators. It has to be alligators if it's in the Everglades. I should know that. I live in Florida. This, oh my goodness, giant size Avenger Comics number 420 with Supergirl. This thing is such high grade. It's unbelievable. It almost looks like a reprint. That's how good this book looks. To find a book of this age with this many pages in this high grade for $2.50 with an iconic superhero in it, it doesn't happen too often. Beautiful, beautiful book. It's got Animal Man in here, Starman plus Monster from Krypton. Check this book out, man. It's just so high grade. I couldn't believe it. Well, sometimes I say lightning doesn't strike twice, but it did this time. Because here's number 417. This book is in high grade too. Not quite as nice as the other one. It's got a little bit of, you can see it's a little bit dirty. But man, another Supergirl, Adventure Comics. You got 3 more stories in here. I mean, that other one's probably like a 9.4. This may be like a 9. For $2.50. Now this one, definitely a lower grade, but it's a key book. Number 397. And this has Supergirl with all these outfits that were sent in by the readers. I think this was a trend that was going on because I have an issue of Legion of Superheroes also that has a key issue. No, I actually think it's Adventure Comics where the readers send in all new costumes for the Legion of Superheroes. Probably a couple issues after this. So that's a little bit beat up. You can see it's creasing, whatever, but still. I love reading these. This is from September 1970. Okay, this next book was the one I said that I paid $5 for that. I really never thought I'd own this book because people just want outrageous prices for it. Just iconic Neil Adams cover. And this is actually inspired, I think, by Wrightson, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this was inspired by Bernie Wrightson. So Neil Adams tried to kind of mimic his art a little bit here on the cover. What else does it say? Cameo by a couple Marvel comic characters in here. They're in Halloween costumes. Havoc, Thor, Spider-Man, Captain America. And then it also has the real-life comic creators in the story. Jerry Conway and Alan Weiss. So it's got a lot going on. He just got this in while I was going through the bins. And I thought he was going to ask like $20, $30 for this. So he said $5. I'm like, shh, that's sold. Some more Charltons. Some really nice books. Usually these things are just like rags when I find them. Especially these older ones. Outlaws of the West. It doesn't have a number on the front. But it has one on the back. Number 37 from June 1963. And another one, this one actually has a 10-cent cover price. Number 19 from April 59. Now, I didn't notice it when I got home, but it's trimmed here and it's trimmed here. That was a thing that they did back in the 60s. When books came in and they were kind of ragged a little bit around the edges, they trimmed them because they said that the customers like to see them that way and then they'll buy them. But heck, from 1959, Charlton Outlaws of the West for $2.50, I'll take it trimmed. Mysteries in Space, number 104. Beautiful purple cover, Carmen Infantino cover. What do we got? This is number 104 from 1965. Definitely not going to leave that in the back issue bin for $2.50. A couple early Marvel 2-in-1s. Surf Blue, you'll like these. You'll like looking at them. Black Widow again, of course, one of my favorite female Marvel characters. Number 10, July 1975. And then we got another female character. Number 7 from January 75, the Valkyrie. It looks like a Rich Buckler cover, if I'm not... No. Oh, who is that? I recognize the art. Come on, people. Oh, yeah, I can't remember now. Anyways. But beautiful. This is a really nice copy, too. Okay, so I got number 3. I don't think I had 3. From the first Kazar series. I think it only went to 3. And all the books in this series are square bound. So you can see that's a nice square bound. It's not even broken anywhere. With Spider-Man in there. And this is the storyline where he goes to the city. And Bobby Morris from S.H.I.E.L.D., the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, becomes his love interest. This is in a twin action special. It looks like... I hate to be wrong when I say who does these covers. I'll just say it looks Kirby-esque, but I don't think it's Kirby. Looks more George Tuscus, if I had to say anything. A nice high-grade copy of Detective Comics, number 494. From 1980. Of course, the Dollar Giant books. Those are always fun to get. You get so much in there. More pages for your money. You got Batman, Robin, Batgirl, Black Lightning, and more. Read, the crime doctor prescribes death. Looks like a Jim Aparo cover to me, and it definitely is. There's the JA right there. I thought I had this. I was going to grab it anyway, and I was happy to see when I got home that I didn't own it already. Or should I be happier that I owned it already? Detective Comics number 498, plus Batgirl. Blockbuster's back in town. Another Jim Aparo cover. And I think I own this one already, but it's such a high-grade copy, I had to pick it up. 496. Jim Aparo cover again. Beautiful cover. Love these 80s. These were when I was buying them off the newsstand. Okay, you got two more books. Yeah, 2 more books. So from number 241 from July 1969, A very nice, clean copy of Black Hawk. Check out that white cover. I mean, it's not bone white, but it looks clean. I don't know. It's brownish, but I don't know how to say it. It just looks cool to me. That's all I can say. And for $2.50, well, I guess because there's no wrinkles on it, that's probably why it looks so nice. These books are usually beat up, you know, around this era. And a book like this, you're going to usually pay about $20 for. Okay, last but not least, and I saw this at my LCS here in town, and they wanted like $20 for this. Avengers 135, very killer cover. Ultron 5 taking out the Vision, how the Human Torch became the Vision. So we got an origin story in here. Bronze Age Marvel, pretty decent book. I mean, above mid-grade. For $2.50, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. So you can hear the excitement in my voice. Guys, I hope you were excited seeing these books. I hope you were inspired to go out there and know that you can find places where you can still find these books for a relatively low price. This is part 1. Stay tuned for part 2.